Hello everyone, this is Warpster77 tuning into another video, and this is just to give you a little help on the basics of playing the Conquerors. I know that some of you played earlier today, but right now this will give you a little bit of help. So what Barracks do is they make units. Pretty basic. Tanks, factory make tanks, airports make planes. How you do this, you click create units, and then tell them how much you want. Say like, I want a heavy soldier. Click on a barrack. You will then see this blue bar you see below the green start to slowly light up. And then once it's complete, it gives you a soldier. Same thing with tanks, and same thing with airports, and same thing with nuclear silos, which makes a missile. I'm actually going to make a missile because it takes a while. Anywho, to garrison and ungarrison troops. Interest, and there's an option that says garrison and ungarrison. And garrison and ungarrison. Same thing works with Humvees. Unload and load. Except they're stuck up there, so they do their thing. Anyway, see, there's that little blue bar. It's slowly lighting up. Medics heal troops. Snipers have a long-range attack, but they're also really good for defensive purposes. Artillery are good for offensive purposes against enemy buildings. They can shoot over mountains and obstacles to get to their target. Command centers and headquarters allow you to do field operations, such as donate money, and they also allow you to share buildings, which allows you to have your ally also use buildings such as the barracks. This is where your ally is meter. This is where your cash is. This is how much you have of troops, tanks, planes, which has a maximum capacity. You can raise this maximum capacity by building more houses. To build and start to building things, you need to have a power plant next to this green thing. From here, you can then branch off and make other buildings. You can't be too far away from the power plant to have another building made. So you still need to be relatively within close quarters of it. And from there, you can branch out to other buildings. There is an exception to this, though. Over here, I have made a construction yard. How you make a construction yard is basically by using the unit construction on tank or construction on soldier. How you do that is basically by making either a tank or soldier. See, here is a construction on tank. Just make it in the tank factory. This is what Red was riding around on earlier. Now, I have selected said tank, and I'm going to go to interest, and it says build yard. Just click this button, and a yard will start to build. So, what I did was build a yard. This basically counts as a building. But this building allows you to then spread out, or off. See, I built a fort in the middle of nowhere, thanks to this construction yard. Pretty handy. Support centers is basically like a medic, but a medic is, well, portable and it dies easier. Support center heals, I think, tanks and people that are nearby. Other than that, a radiation center basically minimizes explosive damage by nukes. Spacelink makes spaceships, which also count as planes, so be careful. And I'll show you how to do a nuke here in a second. To make turrets, or to have turrets, alright. Turrets are basically, well, turrets. They're defensive purposes. I'm going to destroy this wall so I can show you how to do it while I'm waiting on the nuclear silo. Now, gates are pretty easy. You're going to click to open gate and close gate. How to make a gate is basically by taking a wall and buying a gate. And then you can open and close it, allowing people and troops to walk through it so you don't have to go all the way around. But once you close a gate, enemies cannot go through. Also, none of your guys can go through either. So, to make a wall, this was very confusing, and it took me a long time to figure it out too. It needs to be within 7 studs, 7 of these little things. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just right. And set it up. Now, you just have a repairman walk next to it, Oh, I think he's doing it right now. Okay, so here you go. See, he'll stare at the wall column and build it for you. Sometimes it does glitch out, so you need to improvise. And then buy a gate. That is pretty much the basics of this. Other interesting stuff being you can't make juggernauts until 60 minutes has passed. You can't make nukes until 60 minutes has passed. Now, to use a nuke or an ICBM missile, you enable it by going to the interest button, not the control units. Interest button. Enable it. And I used it already on purple in my previous test. So I'm going to go bomb green. Now, it doesn't do significant damage to buildings other than forts and bunkers. And it really destroys them. But, say, here it comes. Say they have an open army like this hanging around. And kaboom! They can shoot the missile down sometimes. Say they have an open army like this around. And it destroys it. See? Doesn't do too much damage to command centers and stuff like that. But it does do quite a bit to armies and troops that just happen to be mobilizing. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it helps you out a bit. So next time when you want to play Conquerors with me, just watch this video. And it will explain everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video.